What is up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back to the final edition of Meat on the 50. Welcome back to Fantasy Time. I am your host, Jacob Cutter, the Fantasy Guy, and today, like I just said, we are here to bring you the final edition of Meat on the 50 for the NFL 2021-2022 season. And what a crazy season it was. But before we get into anything, if you haven't already, please, boom, check out our website, fantasytimesports.info, where everything Fantasy Time you can find information about us, videos, the Google Sheets, pictures, all that good stuff you can find right there, fantasytimesports.info. So be sure to check it out and let's let it roll along the screen. So let's get back into it. Brandon and I are here to bring you our final edition of Meat on the 50, and man, oh man, what a season it has been. And I gotta say, it was met with some disappointment. I can't say I'm not disappointed with how the big game turned out, but we're gonna get into all of it, and you're gonna get all of our thoughts, all of our analysis, all of basically everything that we thought about this season, what we think going into next season. And let me tell you, Brandon has some bold picks for you for next season, so I'm excited, and I can't wait to get into it. So you know what I gotta tell you guys before we get into it. So hang on, back up, right? If you like this video, please smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and please tap on that bell notification. That way, anytime new videos drop, right, you're right there. You're up to date. You're up to date on all the latest content, because we're dropping knowledge. I'm dropping knowledge. We're putting it right at your feet. You just got to look down, pick it up, shove it in the head of your shaking around, and boom, better fantasy player and a more knowledgeable football human being, right? Because that is what it's about. If you're not growing, you are dying. So always look for the opportunity to grow in anything that you're passionate about or you're interested in. Just look for ways to always be growing, right? Because that's what it's about. So smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, just tap on that bell notification, stay up to date on all the latest content. Let's get into it. Without further ado, let's get into it in the final edition of Meat on the 50. Welcome back to the final episode of Meat on the 50. As always, joining me, one of my best friends, Brandon Solomon, for the last time until the next year, until next season. Brandon, how you doing? How you feeling?
I am happy that it's the off season, that we can move forward onto next season, because I've been checked out for the last couple of weeks, ever since my 49ers let me down. How about you?
I'm doing good. I'm still recovering. A great game. We'll talk about it, but yeah, still recovering. But overall, feeling good. Everything else is going good, so I'm feeling good. Let's just get into it. Let's just talk about it, because I got a bunch of other questions to ask you aside from this game that I want your input on. So let's get into it. Give it to me. Give me your thoughts. We're almost a week removed. It's this episode's gonna be dropping on Saturday, right? We're almost a week removed. Give me your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, it was a real back and forth game there for a while. It was a pretty good game. I know the Rams came out looking pretty good, and then OBJ kind of had that injury. I hope that he's doing okay. You never want to see that. And he's been playing pretty good this year. So that's a tough break for them. So I kind of felt like the momentum shifted a little bit once he got injured, and rightfully so. I mean, he's one of their best players. But it was kind of this back and forth game. It did couple of cool plays. I thought mixing the pass to T. Higgins, that was awesome. Yeah. You love to see those kind of trick plays in a Super Bowl, just because you don't see them very often. It kind of looked like Cincinnati had some control there in the third quarter. They got the interception. We talked on the phone briefly. It was starting to look like the momentum was really shifting in their direction. And then all of a sudden, you just saw a stout defense come alive and play some, play some really good plays on defense and able to make some adjustments to get to Joe Burrow. Whereas in the first half, we didn't see that as much. But give Cincinnati's defense credit too. They had a good second half with their defense as well. Just holding the Rams, just on third down consistently, consecutively. Really, not letting Cooper Kupp do anything there in the third quarter and the start of the fourth. But the main thing that lost the Bengals the game, in my opinion, is the inability to produce any points in the fourth quarter. They scored 20 points, and this was very similar to when the Niners played the Kansas City Chiefs. The Niners had 20 points. They were up 20-10 in the fourth quarter. However, in the fourth quarter, the San Francisco 49ers were unable to produce any points in the fourth quarter of that Super Bowl, Super Bowl 54. So the Bengals were not able to produce any points in the fourth quarter, and which led them to lose by 3 points. If they were just able to score 3 points, we might be saying, okay, here's an overtime. Don't really like the play calling in the fourth quarter. Towards the end of the game, I think when it's 2nd and 1, you want to live to fight another down. You don't want to try to run the ball, especially when you don't have a lot of time left on that clock. It makes people rush. It makes you burn timeouts. So I just think that what you did there, unfortunately, was you took the ball out of your superstar quarterback's hands and put it into a rookie running back's hands. And we all know how that went. Forced a 3rd and 1. Then it was a ill-advised throw to the sideline, which I don't know what that was going on there. It was just to get the ball out, I think. And then on 4th down, it was just too much. Aaron Donald did to Joe Burrow what he did to Jimmy Garoppolo just 2 weeks before. So give the Rams some credit. They played a really good defensive game in the fourth quarter to hold the Bengals and that Cincinnati offense to 0 points. In my opinion, I think Aaron Donald easily should have been the Super Bowl MVP, because without him, I'm sorry, Cooper Kupp, all of that, they would have lost. I think without him, you're losing at least 30-23 to the Bengals. And it goes to show that Aaron Donald really is the best player in the NFL, all-around player. I know position-wise, easily he's the best defensive lineman, but I think
both athletic for sure.
Yeah, and this guy, just to be able to grab a running back while he's getting blocked is just incredible. And also to be able to on that 4th down play, to be able to get to Joe Burrow to force that incompletion. He did that against the 49ers too. It's just incredible. So give them some credit. Not really happy with the outcome. You know me, I don't like the Los Angeles Rams. I don't like LA teams. I don't like the Rams because they're in our division. I don't hate them like I hate the Seahawks. If anything, good for Matthew Stafford. I mean, he was rotting on Detroit Lions for so long. Like, okay, fine, you got yours. And I don't have any ill will towards Cooper Kupp. Not a big fan of Jalen Ramsey. Not a big fan of OBJ, even though he got hurt. You never want to see that. But not big into the egotistical folk. So, good for them. I hope they never win again. I don't think that they will win again. I think that you put together a super team and this is what you got. This is my thing. You essentially played against a rookie quarterback, and you essentially played against Jimmy Garoppolo. The 49ers had Trey Lance. I think you lose that game. It's a different Super Bowl. It could be anyone's Super Bowl. I think that they were lucky that the 49ers went with an injured Jimmy Garoppolo instead of starting Trey Lance, but that's for another time. But good for them. Kudos to them. They were able to get a Super Bowl championship. Sean McVay gets his first Super Bowl championship after losing just a few years back, so that must have been sweet for him. And like you and I were talking about, Joe Burrow, you lose your first Super Bowl. There's been three quarterbacks in Super Bowl history that have been able to come back from that. One of them being John Elway. That's the most recent. We're not going to go back to 1960, but I'm a little bit nervous just because of the track record of quarterbacks who lose their first Super Bowl. Do they ever make it back? I hope that is the case. Someone posted a tweet and said, it is very crowded in the AFC, which is so true. There's a lot of quarterbacks and a lot of good teams. Interested to hear your thoughts on just everything that I kind of just talked about.
No, I like it. Yeah, definitely. That Super Bowl, I think there's a few things that you credit. You credit the Rams defense for coming up clutch. I don't so much credit Matt Stafford and Cooper Kupp. It was a good drive, but I mean, then we can talk about officiating, right? 58 minutes of if you're gonna let them play, and then you decide to throw flags. I mean, the only reason, my only issue here is this: if you're gonna throw the flag, don't throw the flag against the player who could potentially be the Super Bowl MVP on the Bengals, which was Logan Wilson, who was playing out of his mind. I mean, what's gonna get lost in the weeds is how well Logan Wilson played in that game. An animal all over the field, plugging up literally, the Bengals stopped the run game. All the Rams could rely on was the passing game. That was it. That's all the Rams could rely on. So, some spotty officiating last 5 minutes of the game. However, like you said, right, you can't. The game can't be understated by saying that the Rams defense didn't come up clutch when they needed to come up clutch, right? They're like sharks. It's just like in the Niners game, right? They smell blood and then boom, they just clamp their teeth down, and that's it. That's the way it's gonna be, right? So the adjustments that we saw, right? The Bengals offensive line was doing a stellar job in the first half and even in that third quarter, right? Where they had the center, he would just turn to Aaron Donald and they would get that double team. Good for the Rams defense, right? I mean, if it was a fluky play, which, it kind of was on the Colin Cooper Cup, it is what it is. But if a team makes adjustments like the Rams defense did, then you got to give them some credit. So because the Rams defense definitely adjusted, right? Von Miller definitely was able to get into the backfield. Aaron Donald was finally able to get some pressure, right? The linebacker number 50 was able to get some pressure. So a lot of that defense was, in that fourth quarter, definitely was able to make adjustments and everything like that. Now, the other part of this was, like you said, right, the play calling. This was Zach Taylor's worst called game, I think, of his entire career. He called this game horribly. I love the idea of the quick pass, right? Get the ball out of Joey's hand. Don't let him get touched, and that's exactly what he did. Quickest release time all season for Joe Burrow. This game had his quickest release time out of any game this entire season, which that's what you want to do against the Rams. Get the ball out fast. Doesn't need to be for a monster play, but get the ball out fast. Just get the ball out, right? Then let the running game do what it was doing, which it was slicing them up. It was doing its job, right? It wasn't doing its job in the very beginning, but in that third quarter, going into that fourth quarter, Joe Mixon he started to cook. He started to heat up, and he started to roll. So I don't know what happened with Zach Taylor. I don't know why he thought you'd want to put Samaje Perine in there instead of Joe Mixon for a lot of these play calls. It's the Super Bowl. I get if it's, I get if it's a conference championship game. I get if it's a regular season game, but it's the Super Bowl. It's just like if you're going to play, Madden or NBA 2K, right? The stars are going to be on the floor the entire.
Think about the 49ers Super Bowl against the Baltimore Ravens, where they put in Michael James after Frank Gore ran it down to the 3 or 4 yard line. Why would you do that? It's the same scenario.
Exactly. I mean, like when you're playing these video games, right? You have the starters on the field at the entire game. You don't take them off the field. You have to translate that to real life. When you're in a Super Bowl, you don't take the stars off the field. How many times do you think Aaron Donald came off the field that game? I would guarantee it was probably less than one.
Yeah.
It's either 1 or 0. I guarantee you he was out there for every snap. If not, he missed one snap. I can almost guarantee that. So the stars are on the field. If Joe Mixon gets stopped on 2nd and 1, cool. You have 2 more downs, right? Get up there, let him get a little quick screen pass. What's funny is you forget the end arounds with Jamar Chase. Just a lot of the play calling it was not up to what I think the standards have been for the Bengals going into that playoffs and into that playoff run. So that was very disappointing to see. But overall, I mean, you can't be disappointed at the season that this team had. I mean, expected to be last in their division, expected to be a top 5 draft pick, right? Every team that had a losing record last year, right? The top 5 picks from last year, they all have top 5 picks again, right? The Bengals are the only team to actually do something. So, credit to this team. They definitely have a lot of heart. I think the question of whether the Bengals will get back or not is very simple. If they spend money this offseason. If they spend money this offseason, then there's a chance. If they don't spend money this offseason, or if nobody wants to come to the team for whatever reason, then Joe Burrow is going to end up like Andrew Luck, like everybody is saying. So it's very interesting to see what's going to happen. There's some holes that we need to fill, which is nice. That defense, I mean, I thought we needed more things on defense. Man, oh man, just give me a lockdown corner. Let's tighten up the D-line a little bit, but boy, oh boy, that defense, when they want to play football, they are a tough team to beat. Holy moly.
Get you a lockdown corner. I mean, it's easier said than done, let me tell you. As a 49er fan, yep. I have yet to have one. So, hey, good luck. I'm saying good luck to you. Hopefully you can find one because we have not been able to.
This offseason is gonna be very telling for the franchise. We'll see what happens. I'm with you though. I don't think the Rams get back there. Back after Aaron Donald said if everybody comes back, I'll come back. Your team is negative $10 million under the cap space right now.
He's probably not coming back. Number one, number two.
Yeah.
Can we please highlight Matthew Stafford did not play that good of a game. I'm telling you. 2 picks. Yeah, no. He played all right. No, nothing where it's like if you end up getting back there against Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen, good luck. I'm just saying good luck because
if you don't have Aaron Donald, it's going to be tough.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be tough. Yeah. Even if you have him though, against Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow, and the reason why I left Joe Burrow out of there, we'll assume that you guys get like a couple of all-pro offensive linemen because
we got to see what happens.
Your O-line needs some work.
It's got 70 times, right? 70 times between the regular season and
pass protection. They need work.
Yep. So this offseason is going to be very telling for all Bengals fans, right? All Bengals fans. It's going to be very, very telling for all Bengals fans. But overall, disappointed. Definitely disappointed in the outcome. It was a great game, in my opinion, until the last 5 minutes, but that's just my opinion. But overall, I mean, great game. Back and forth all game. OBJ, I felt so bad for because I actually like Odell Beckham Jr. I like him. LSU guy, dude. LSU runs the NFL in terms of wide receivers. Holy crap. You got Odell Beckham, Justin Jefferson, and Jamar Chase. I mean, you guys they are wide receiver when they get things rolling. So the LSU boys are exciting to watch. So, but man, that was tough to see because Odell, was having a good game, had the touchdown. So, and I'm rooting for Odell just because when people say that he was the problem, and I always say this, he's clearly not the problem. Okay, he's clearly not the problem in Cleveland. I think it's your quarterback. Your quarterback needs to be revisited there, Cleveland. I don't know if Baker has what it takes. We'll see.
I just don't think that team will ever have what it takes. I'm going to say this right now, and it's a bold prediction, but I will say this. The Cleveland Browns will never win a Super Bowl in my lifetime. I don't think so. I still don't think so. I don't think so.
That is bold.
Anything can go wrong for that team will go wrong for that team. And then that's what the track record since I was a child.
Yeah.
And you got to feel bad for the fan base just because they seem to be diehard fans, but jeez, it just seems like it's just a dumpster fire.
It's tough, man. Yeah, Cleveland. I mean, Joakim Noah said it best, right? Cleveland, like, would you go to Cleveland? Have you ever vacationed to Cleveland? So, I mean, we'll see what happens. This offseason, I am excited for. So, speaking of this offseason, we're done. We're done with last season. As great as it was, as disappointing as it was, we're done with it. We are looking ahead to next season. So, We'll be back. Of course, we will be back next season. But I got some questions for you, sir. And I just got some bold predictions I want you to make. And that way we can look back at this next season and see what happens. So, let's get your takes here. Bold prediction number 1. Super Bowl winner of Super Bowl 57 in the desert of
Oh my God,
Arizona.
you're going to do that already?
Yep.
Oh, man. Oh, that's hard.
Bold prediction.
San Francisco 49ers.
Woo-hoo-hoo! I like it. I like it.
Arizona,
Okay.
where Trey started. Trey
Okay.
played his first game in State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. I was
The
there.
juxtaposition.
I was there. He's gonna go back to where it all started.
I like it. I like it. Okay.
Bold prediction.
Okay.
Bold.
Who you got in the conference championship game then? Niners and who?
Ooh, that's tough. I'm just trying to think.
No, you're good.
Oh man, that's a tough one. Just because I don't know where Aaron Rodgers is going. That's where
You think Arizona? You think Arizona is going to be playing at home
You know
against
what?
the Niners?
You know what? We're gonna say it's LA again.
Ooh, the Rams get back with or without Aaron Donald.
With
Okay. I'll be curious to see then what happens. Okay. In the AFC then, so we got the Niners winning. Who are they playing in the AFC? Who you got them? Who you got making to the Super Bowl?
the Chiefs.
Ooh, Niners Chiefs, a rematch of 2019. I like it. We got Pat Mahomes versus baby Pat Mahomes and Trey Lance, and that's only going off by looks. If you ever seen them with helmets on, they look like the exact same person. Okay, identical twin. Okay, we got the Chiefs. Who are the Chiefs playing in the championship game?
The Bills.
Are we go the Buffalo Bills, Kansas City Chiefs, number 3, and the Chiefs get the best of them again. Are we going at Arrowhead or are we going at Buffalo?
We're going at Arrowhead.
Damn, Chiefs. God, come on, Justin. Come on, Derek. Come on, whoever is the Denver quarterback. Just do us a favor next season, and please just make sure that Kansas City plays a road game. Please. We want to see it. We want to test Pat, right? Pat's been tested. Not on the road, though. Not on the road. We want to see it. MVP for next season. Who you got?
Josh Allen.
Oof. You think Josh Allen makes the next leap and becomes the MVP of the NFL? Okay. How many touchdowns do you think he's going to break Peyton Manning's record next season?
No.
Okay. Do you think somebody ever will break that record?
Yes.
What do we have? 55, right? 55
Somebody
touchdowns?
will. I don't know. I don't think it'll be anytime soon, but somebody will.
I think with that extra week, I think that helps out a lot.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that helps out a lot. Detroit Lions, over under 500 next season.
Under.
Are we talking about like 2 and 15? Are we talking about
We're
3
talking about
and
6 and 11.
Oh, okay. 6 and 11. Okay. Respectable.
Still a ghetto record. 6 and 11. Just sounds ghetto, right? With the half roll.
We're gonna see who their quarterback is, because I guarantee it's not gonna be Jared Goff.
It'll be someone else.
It's definitely gonna be somebody else. I don't know who wants to step up to that job. That would be interesting. I would be curious to see what free agent wants to go there. They're gonna get like Tyrod Taylor or something. Okay, last couple questions here. Who is the defensive player of the year next year?
Nick Bosa.
I like it. And then the offensive player next year.
Jamar Chase.
Okay, you got him stepping up from rookie of the year to offensive player of the year. All right. We're free agency is what, the 15th, right?
Yeah.
16th.
Yeah.
Where do you think? I know we've talked about it before, right? Where do you think A.A. Brown's going?
I think he resigns with Green Bay.
I could see it because I think we talked about it. Right? I don't know if we talked about it on here, but I think we talked about it, right? The franchise tag. That plays a pivotal role, right? Because they can franchise tag, Davante Adams pretty much as many times as they want, and that will always be a selling bit for Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? Hey, re-sign with us. You got your guy Davante,
and I think they add Chris Godwin.
Ooh, okay. Coming off that ACL injury, that would be an interesting ad. Because who do you think's gonna be the quarterback in Tampa Bay then?
Jimmy G.
Yeah. I think Jimmy G is gonna go there as well. Although, who was in the headlines recently as saying they would dump a lot of picks for the right quarterback?
Was it Washington?
Yes, the Commanders. The Washington Commanders said that they are willing to trade anybody. They're willing to trade anybody, and that includes Chase Young for a top-tier quarterback. I don't know if they have watched the Las Vegas, used to be Oakland Raiders over the years, but usually when you trade your best defender, usually it's not the best thing for your team. Right?
Doesn't ever work out.
But I don't who. They're not going to trade Aaron Rodgers to the freaking Washington Commanders. Oh my goodness!
No,
I would
cry. I just retire and go do Jeopardy.
I would cry if Aaron Rodgers was the quarterback of the Washington Dumpster Fire Commanders.
That's not what Dumpster Fire Commanders. It really is an AAF team. It was the San Antonio Commanders.
I know.
They literally said, "Okay, we're just going to go ahead and go with that." Man. I'm just glad they're not called the Defenders because they have a sorry defense. So how can you get and the Defenders give up 42 points and the Defenders another touchdown.
I really don't want to call them the Commanders though. I'd rather just call them the Washington Football
or the
Team.
Washington Redskins.
No, we can't call them that anymore. All right, that's not acceptable. All right,
even tribal. I've heard that seriously. I was reading. People, natives in the area, that Native Americans were like, I don't find it offensive. They even Native Americans have said that. So it's just
they did a lot of polls and surveys and stuff. It's just Washington's got a bunch of problems, right? They're trying to investigate themselves.
They got a bunch of problems.
Dan Schneider. I mean, even on the owner's side, we might see some action, right? The Dolphins owner, if Stephen Ross is found guilty of all this stuff that's come out about him, he may be forced to sell the team. And I've heard rumblings. I've heard some small rumblings of Mr. Tom Brady possibly getting in the mix of owning the Miami Dolphins, which would be very interesting as well. Yeah, that's very interesting as well.
If you learn anything from Michael Jordan, it doesn't always work out.
I think Tom would be a better owner than Mike, though. I'm not gonna lie. Mike bought a. Mike, I get it. Like, that franchise is close to your heart, dude. But they're trash, bro. Why don't you go buy a decent franchise or buy into a decent franchise? You know what I'm saying?
It's because he's a North Carolina boy. That's why.
I get it. I totally get why he did it. And I hope that if he wins a championship, I mean, that'd be cool for him too. As an owner and then as the player, I'd be happy for him. If Tom owns the Miami Dolphins, I think that's only good for Miami Dolphins. I mean, we'll see. I'm past players owning teams. I mean, you got Derek Jeter owning the Marlins, right? We'll see what happens. Any last bold predictions you got for next season? Anything you're looking forward to? What are you expecting next season? That's what I want to know. What are you right now? What's today? February 18th, 17th, whatever the date is. What are you expecting for the next season, 2022-2023 NFL season?
Well, I expect Trey Lance to be the starter of the 49ers, and I expect him to have a good season. I expect Aaron Rodgers to stay with Green Bay. I expect Tennessee to make some sort of change at quarterback because Tannehill is not going to get you anywhere.
Yeah.
I expect the Saints to go down. Just because losing Sean Payton, I expect the Seahawks continue to suck. I think they only win maybe 7-8 games next year. I don't think that they get to the playoffs. I expect Arizona to fire Cliff Kingsbury at some point, whether it be mid-season or whether it be at the end of the season, or when they lose. They, in the playoffs again, because I think they'll make the playoffs, but I don't see them getting far with him as a coach. I just think that he's not a good coach. Just not a good head coach. I expect Houston to surprise some people.
Oh, with Lovey.
Yeah, I expect Houston to surprise some people. Yeah, with Lovey Smith and, the change of the culture a little bit.
Yeah.
I expect us still not to know what the hell is going on with Deshaun Watson.
Saga continues.
I expect Zach Wilson to continue to struggle, but I expect Trevor Lawrence to have a good sophomore season.
Yeah.
I expect the Colts to have a different starter besides Carson Wentz, and I expect them to make the playoffs.
I like it.
The Raiders will. I think the Raiders will make the playoffs again. It's a matter of I think they might win their first playoff game. We'll see. Don't see them getting much further than that. I expect the Cowboys to choke again.
Yeah.
Because that's what the Cowboys do.
It's pretty expected at this point. Pretty expected.
I expect the Rams to be dominant next year and get the number 1 seed.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Trying to think as far as in the Kansas City, obviously they're going to be on some sort of revenge tour. I do think I do expect Travis Kelce to retire at the end of next year. I think that he's getting up there. I think that when they get bounced at some point, that he'll hang up the cleats. But
I can see that.
Tune in, because I think the reports are false. I do think that you will see Brittany, whatever her last name is, and Jackson Mahomes doing their Twitter dance on the sideline.
Pat, get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Yeah, I expect them to be on the in the booth and the sideline and doing all that. And I don't think he actually had a talk. I don't think that he sat down and told his wife, "You're not coming to my games anymore." I don't believe that. So whoever said that, I think it's a bunch of crap. I don't think it's real, because I don't think any man would go and tell their wife, "Hey, by the way, you cannot be at my sporting event."
Yeah.
That's just not how marriage works. So, but
I don't think that's how Pat Mahomes works. So,
but yeah, I mean, that's just some stuff at the top of my head. We'll probably be making some predictions in August when we start doing these again. But that's just where I'm at. What about you?
I love it. Yeah. I'm expecting after one of the best seasons I've ever seen. I'm expecting. I want every season to be like this. So I'm expecting some crazy stuff to happen. I hope another team if it's not the Bengals again, I hope another team makes a run like the Bengals and gets to the Super Bowl. I hope the Chargers get to their Super Bowl. I hope the Bills finally get to the Super Bowl. I hope it just keeps rotating from here on out, because I think the league is in a fantastic place. Quarterback wise, I think the AFC is stock loaded with some firepower, and I am juiced to see. I expect the Bengals to make moves in the offseason, so I expect us to be right back to where we are. I expect us to be in the playoffs. I'm right there with you. I expect the Raiders, with Josh McDaniels finally being able to get through to Derek Carr and possibly give him some smidge of an IQ towards the end of a game on what not to do. We shall see. I mean, we'll see, because this is. I was talking with one of my friends, Isaac, and you know Isaac.
Yeah.
We both agree. This $40 million plus year contract thing is ridiculous. Give him 2 years, 35, and I'll prove it deal. Give him money for loyalty, but at the same time, bro, it's time to put up or shut up. Enough of this. Well, you don't have the pieces around me. We've seen a team. The Bengals, I'm sorry, but the Bengals have squashed all of this. You don't have the pieces around you to win. It's proven that you can win with the crappiest offensive line you have ever seen in your entire life. with a mediocre defense that comes together at the right time and plays actual football. So the excuses are done with. You got a good coach. It's not the John Gruden crap is behind you. You're not going to have what happened last year happen this year, right? So it's time to put up or shut up if you're the Raiders. So I expect that division to be even more competitive than it was this year. I expect the Broncos to actually get a quarterback. I'm sorry, but if the Broncos get a quarterback, they could be the team that sneaks into the freaking Super Bowl next season because they are stock loaded just like the Bengals with weapons. They are a very underlooked team. So watch out for the Broncos if they get a quarterback. That division is on fire. AFC North division should be competitive. I don't think it's going to be the best division of football anymore just because of the Steelers and the Browns and what they're going through right now, and they don't really have solid quarterbacks. Ravens, I expect to bounce back. You know what I'm saying? AFC East. I mean, does Mac Jones do it again?
No. Not Josh McDaniels. No.
I mean, yeah. This is now is the time. Josh Allen, now is the time to make your move, my friend. This is the moment where you have to strike. You said it, right? Zach Wilson, right? You have Mac Jones. If that defense can stay together, possibly. But this is your time, Josh Allen. You cannot be the choke artist anymore. You got to get it done. So I expect the Bills to be a force next season, right? The NFC West, I expect to be a force. That's going to be a fun division to watch. Niners are going to be in there. Trey looks in there. I know you were fired up after those videos that came out were leaked of him in practice. Those throws were saucy. Like I said, baby Mahomes. So watch out for the kid Trey Lance. I mean, I know the Niners, the rumors that the Niners didn't love Trey Lance. Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. So Niners are in a really good place. NFC North, if Aaron leaves, Kirk Cousins, or whatever his name, O'Connell, you know, those two guys, we'll see what happens. So that could be interesting. NFC East, I mean, yeah, whatever. So we'll see what happens next season. I'm excited. I am very excited. Very, very excited. I can't wait. This offseason is going to be very exciting. And man, if Chris Godwin joins Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, wow, that will be something to see. So we'll see. We'll see. Offseason's basically a month away. So free agency is a month away. Draft is a little bit a month away. We might sneak in there a smidge of a draft episode for you guys. You never know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what the prospects look like this year. If they're warranted, a draft episode. We'll see what happens. But I mean, that's gonna do it, my friend. That's all we have for you, folks. That is going to do it for our first season of Meat on the 50. Thank everybody. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching all of our videos. Thank you so much for just tuning in week after week, right? We have had a blast doing these videos. And you know what I always ask. Brandon, any final words of the season till next season? Any final words for the people?
An amazing season, like you said. We had so many teams come to life. We saw so many close games. It was the tale of close games. It was the tale of primetime games. It was incredible. We had one of the best divisional rounds in the history of sports, I believe. It was incredible. All the playoff games were amazing. And just for one of our teams on the first season to make it to the Super Bowl, that's all you can ask for. Even the Super Bowl was a good game. It just seemed like everything was great. It wasn't the final result that we wanted, but that's why we have next year, and that's why we have something to look forward to. We got the draft. We got free agents. And I'm excited. I don't know about you, but I'm excited for both of our franchises. I feel like we're in really good places.
Yep. Yes, sir. Man, what a season. What a season. And you know, thank you for joining me as always. You know, I had an absolute blast. We had a blast. You know, we love doing this. You know, there's nothing more that I think both of us love doing than talking sports, and we know that both of us can talk sports, so why not do it together? So we had an absolute blast doing this season. We hope that you had an absolute blast watching our episodes this season. But like we said, it's not over. We're not going anywhere, okay? Meat on the 50 will return in the season of 2022-2023. We're going to be covering all the action, and we hope, I think the only thing we can hope is that it's as good as this season was, because, again, this was one of the best NFL seasons I have ever seen, hands down. One of the best NFL seasons.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. If at any point, got to go through this again, if at any point you like what you saw in this video, do us a favor, right? For one final time on the Meet on the 50 edition of this season, just smash that like button. Smash it so hard that you break your keyboard and you have to buy a new one. I didn't tell you to do it, okay? I take it back. Rewind, okay? Just smash the like button, right? Tap on that bell notification. That way, anytime new videos drop, you can stay up to date on all the latest content, because that's what Brandon and I do. We just drop knowledge, right? We drop it right at your feet. You just got to look down, pick it up, shove it in that head of yours, shake it around, and boom. Better fantasy player and a more knowledgeable football human being and a more knowledgeable sports human being, right? Because that's what it's about. We just want to grow your knowledge in sports. That's what we love to do, and we're going to spew it into your brain until it gets into your brain, right? So smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, just tap on that bell notification, stay up to date on all the latest content. As always, be sure to check out our website, fantasytimesports.info. Everything you want to know about Fantasy Time Sports, everything you want to know about us, everything you want to know about everything we got going on is all right there for you. Follow us on Twitter at FantasyTime2021. Follow us on Facebook at The Fantasy Guy 2021. Follow us on YouTube, almost forgot, at Fantasy Time 2021. And that's going to do it for Meet on the 50, right? That will do it until next season. That is one of my best friends, Brandon Sullivan. I am Jacob Culler, the Fantasy Guy. And I'll see you guys next week or in a few weeks. But until Brandon and I will see you again next season. Jacob and Brandon are out.